Hello, everyone. This is South Carolina Crime and History. Today, we'll be covering the story of a family whose lives were torn from them by an individual who they'd possibly never expected would do anything so vile. On April 26, 2008, the quiet neighborhood of Pine Lake Estates outside Easley, South Carolina, became the scene of one of the most shocking acts of familial violence in the state's recent history. Nathaniel Casey Dickson, then 18 years old, methodically and deliberately murdered 4 members of his own family in their home. The case stunned Anderson County, not only for its brutality, but for its chilling lack of clear motive. The murders occurred on a Saturday morning at the Dickson family home at 153 Pine Lake Drive. The victims were Dickson's father, Samuel Andrew Dickson Jr., 46, his stepmother, Maritza Hurtado Dickson, 46, his stepsister, Melissa Gilliam Salazar, 19, and his 14-year-old brother, Taylor Alex Dickson. Nathaniel used a 12-gauge shotgun that he found in his brother's closet. According to his own confession, he and his father had a disagreement in the early hours of the morning. Sometime after 2 a.m., Nathaniel retrieved the shotgun and began shooting family members sequentially, reloading 5 times throughout the killings. Samuel Dickson's body was found outside, near the road, indicating he may have tried to flee or confront his son. Maritza, Melissa, and Taylor were found in different rooms inside the house. Taylor, the youngest victim, had apparently been trying to hide behind a dryer in the laundry area when he was shot. Neighbors reported hearing gunshots around 9 a.m. When emergency responders arrived, they found a chaotic, bloody crime scene with the 4 victims spread between the yard and house. Nathaniel Dickson was described as an ordinary teenager by many who knew him. He had graduated from Wren High School in 2007 and had tried to enlist in the Marine Corps but was unsuccessful. He had recently broken up with a girlfriend and was working minimum wage jobs. Family tensions existed, particularly around small thefts and discipline. Nathaniel had stolen from both his father and a roommate in the past. 2 weeks before the murders, he had moved back home. However, investigators and prosecutors found no single clear motive that explained the killings. During interviews, Nathaniel himself could offer no satisfactory reason. In his confession, he said simply, "I don't know why I killed my family today. Once I loaded that shotgun, I could not stop." Anderson County Sheriff's Office and the solicitor both noted that nothing rose to the level of explaining such violence. Prosecutors described the killings as an act of betrayal and cold-blooded execution of those who had offered him shelter and help. The manhunt for Nathaniel Dickson did not last long. He fled the scene in his father's vehicle and was arrested later that evening in Belton, about 20 miles away. Evidence was overwhelming. He quickly became the only suspect, and after his arrest, he provided a confession describing how he retrieved the gun, shot each family member, and reloaded repeatedly. Forensic investigation matched the crime scene details with his account, and the shotgun was recovered. The case was thus considered extremely strong for prosecutors, both in terms of physical evidence and his own admissions. Nathaniel Casey Dickson was charged with 4 counts of murder. Given the heinous and multiple nature of the killings, Anderson County Solicitor's Office announced their intention to pursue the death penalty. However, in September 2009, Dickson pleaded guilty to all 4 murders as part of a negotiated plea deal, and at the request of surviving family members who did not want a lengthy death penalty trial, prosecutors agreed to remove the death penalty option in exchange for a sentence of life without the possibility of parole. During sentencing, Nathaniel sat quietly and offered little in the way of explanation or apology beyond what he had confessed to earlier. The judge described the murders as despicable and unexplainable, emphasizing the immense loss of potential and human life. The Dickson familicide was Anderson County's first quadruple homicide in decades. Neighbors and classmates of Nathaniel described disbelief that someone they knew could carry out such violence. The family had seemed close-knit and ordinary to outsiders. The victims were remembered as kind and caring. Samuel Dickson Jr. was a father trying to guide his children. Maritza was described as welcoming and devoted to family. Melissa was just starting adulthood, and Taylor was a promising middle schooler.